Hi, everybody. A little bit late, as usual. I arrive fashionably late to the party. But let's get started here. Hopefully everyone is having a good day today and a good, let's see, we did Monday, so hopefully you guys have had a good Tuesday. Hi, K-Pop. How are you doing? I am doing great. And yeah, you're early. I was a little late. Should have started at 5, but we got here when we got here. So I'm going to be shuffling these cards, and we will go from there. You're very welcome. You are very, very welcome. All right. So we're going to do April 2nd through the 4th. And then after that, we can start taking some questions. And thank you for the thumbs up. So April 2nd through the 4th. After I do my other readings, we can absolutely do that. That one might be a pay-to-play scenario. I hope that's okay. Probably $10. We could do a little bit of a spread to see what your future husband could be like. But not right now. I'm going to do this part first. You're very welcome. I'm going to do this part first, and then we can go into that. So, sit tight, and let's see what we can do here. Okay. What do we need to know for April 2nd through the 4th? Okay. April 2nd through the 4th. We got 3 different decks here, so it takes me a minute to shuffle everything. April 2nd through the 4th. All right, last deck. Hopefully it'll be a good weekend, a more relaxed weekend this time around. I feel like it will be. Easter weekend's usually pretty chill, at least where I'm at, for the most part. Okay. Hello, Lyra Ray, or Lyra Ree. Thank you so much. Spring break. Probably the same thing I would do if I wasn't on spring break. So just doing some readings, getting some work done. I'm going to be eventually teaching an online class on how to develop your intuitive and psychic abilities. So if you guys are interested, I've got a sign-up sheet. Need a few more people to fill that out. It'll be like partner exercises and just developing psychic ability. And thank you for being a new subscriber, Lyra. I appreciate that. Okay. All right, let's lay these cards down here. This will be for April 2nd. Hopefully you have good plans for spring break, K-pop. You can let me know if you'd like what your plans are. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. And one here, one here, one here. So the way I'm going to do it now, so we've got K-pop, and then Lyra will do a reading. I'm going to do this part first. So I do April 2nd through the 4th, or whatever the week happens to be. And then when I'm done doing that, it's like a more general reading for people. Then I can do more personal readings. Does that make sense, guys? And depending on how we go about it, we can do $5, we can do $10 or $15 if you guys are wanting something that's very detailed. But that's generally how I go when it comes to the personal readings. And right now, we're just going to get started with this part. So let's start here. All right, good. I'm glad you understand that. Okay, so very first thing we got for April 2nd, okay, coming in from, this is probably going to be more spiritual. That's usually what I do with these ones. And then when I take personal questions, we can do love. And then my other videos can be love, but sometimes love comes up. So let's see. So we have indecision, okay. There we go, focus, good camera. Indecision, we got deceit in reverse. Okay, we have chivalry. If it'll focus. As soon as I cover my face, it does it. And then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So something here for tomorrow, for Friday, something could be limiting our choices in the way we choose to express ourselves. Hi, Demetra, how you doing? I've seen you on the channel before, so I know you. But something could be limiting our choices or how we choose to express ourselves. So for Friday, we have, like I said, choices. We have, yeah, I can put you on the list. So I'm going to do this part right here, Demetra, and then if you guys are wanting to do more personal readings, then we could do like $5, and we can do something more personal. The more you pay, the more in detail we go. But I can add you to the list. We can do it that way. Let me do that. And then let's see. K-pop is at the top. And then Lyra is right in the middle. Okay, we're getting a little list formed, you guys. Getting a little list formed. Snowbird, how you doing? So, like I've been saying, we'll do this part first. You absolutely can, Rada. I will put you here on the list. Shaver? We absolutely can do that. Let's do this part first. Okay, let's do like the generals, and then I can jump right all in, okay? Well, thank you, Demetra, for trying not to miss the lives. I appreciate that. But thank you guys for coming in and coming to watch. So let's do this, and then we can get to the personal questions. Thanks for the like, you guys. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Okay, so deceit in reverse, indecision. So possibly making a decision on Hanukkah, Haver. I'm going to say Haver, maybe. Okay. So making a decision on not knowing every possible situation. So we could be looking at going into something tomorrow on Tuesday, right? Or not Tuesday, I'm sorry. We could be looking at going into something on Friday where we don't have all the answers. So we could be possibly going through, to me, it feels like there could be some financial energy here. Not having all the answers would be something I would feel. Maybe we're looking for a job, or maybe we're trying to do something, or there could be something with an old friend stopping by and not necessarily telling us what's going on in their lives. We could be finding something out on Friday. There could be something like that. So that's what I'm seeing here for this one. So let's go to this other pile here and see what we can come up with. And I thank you guys for being patient. I just try to do this so everybody can get a little reading here. Okay, so Three of Cups. Okay, there we go. 3 of Cups. Thanks for the like. And then we have creativity in reverse. Okay. Then we have broken heart. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. And we have attachment. Okay. Broken heart, attachment, creativity in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. Like I said, the friend situation, another like, thank you. The friend situation is something that is coming up. The 3 of Cups is all about a unity, community, that kind of a relationship. But then we have broken heart, we have attachment. So it could be a third-party situation that comes up tomorrow, something that we're not expecting, and there could be some heavy energy with this. So my best advice would be that it's going to be, or my best intuition, my intuitive guess would be that there's going to be something that limits our creativity, something that blocks our flow, something that kind of jams us up, so to speak. So we're a smooth rolling machine, right? Things are going well for us. And then someone just pours a bunch of goo and slime into the works. And now we have to figure out how to incorporate that. We have to figure out what to do with all this goo and slime. So that's what I'm seeing here. There just could be someone coming in. We don't know what they're about yet. Another like, thank you. We don't know what they're about yet. You can either do through the super chat or you can do this. And that will let you go straight to my PayPal, and then you can enter the amount. So you want to do $5, we can do 5. I generally work in 5s, 10s, and 15s. So 5, we can see what we can do there. You could use the super chat. Either way you guys feel comfortable paying, you guys can do it that way. It's kind of I'm just giving options because some people, for some reason, can't use the super chat. So I don't know why. I don't know what that's about, but some people can't. So I just give options. And you could either one, super chat or PayPal. This one here, this link I posted, that's my PayPal. Okay. Yeah, my psychic impression is I keep getting something where we don't have all the answers and we're being asked to make a decision. I feel like someone's coming into our life kind of quickly, maybe someone that we ended on bad terms with, and maybe they're coming back in our life and they're asking us to make a decision kind of quickly. And to me, it feels like we don't know all the answers. We're kind of being forced to go to one side or the other instead of being able to calmly choose something. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Radha. Okay. Right here. Hopefully it's okay. I do these generals first, and then we go to your question, okay? And we can do some in-depth stuff. Yeah, so that's what I'm feeling here. So just be safe, you guys. Let yourself, if something feels kind of fishy, don't try to force it into not feeling fishy. Walk away from the situation. Okay, let's go to this last pile here. Okay. All right, so envy in reverse. Okay, carrying connections, abundance in reverse, and the Knight of Cups upright. So this person, I feel like, is going to come in. We have envy in reverse. We have carrying connections. Okay, where was it? Envy in reverse, carrying connections. This person's going to come in, tell you they care about what's going on in your life. They're going to appear like they're emotionally stable and savvy, but this person, I feel like, could have the same agenda. I feel like this person brings the energy down. When I see abundance in reverse, this person comes in like they're a hero type, but they're really not. So this person comes in with a disguise of being a hero, being this kind of big shot person that can help people. And then I feel like behind closed doors, this person is not that way. This person has a tendency to be like, not very good. So again, be on the lookout for that. Let's move on to Saturday. Let me shuffle these cards, guys. And if you guys want to do super chat, there we go. That's actually perfect. Okay, so Rada. So here's what I'm going to do, you guys. Whoever paid first, you guys get readings first. Okay, so Rada gets first part, and then Snowbird. Okay, and then whoever else wants to pay. And like I said, you can use the PayPal link too. Just let me know that you paid, because I have no way of checking right here unless I grab my phone and I look to see if someone's paid. So just let me know on that. Okay. But Rada, you're first and then Snowbird. So let's do this. Let's get these shuffled. Okie dokie. There's some energy here now. I'm starting to feel a little bit of an energy with the group. So this is good. This is really good. Was anyone affected by the full moon? Oof, I felt funny. I will have your question here, and I will answer that. We got Saturday, and then I'm going to do Sunday, and then it's going straight into your guys' questions. Okay, promise I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for about 3 hours. So, but whoever pays first gets priority after I do this first part. Hopefully that makes sense, Rada. That's kind of how I've done things since I've started. So, but your question is very first. And we've only got 2 more days to go, so let me do this here. Thank you, K-pop. And yeah, the full moon definitely I felt sluggish, and I felt really out of it. And when I feel out of it, I get agitated. So it's it's a fun time for me. It's always fun. But yeah, pretty powerful moon. All right. Yep, that can happen too. When we're expressing that kind of energy, yeah, Rada, it's the same thing. When we're expressing that kind of energy, sometimes our bodies kind of go into it's like a deep depression, or they can go into these different states. And the more psychically tuned we are, it generally affects us more. It's kind of like the ebb and flow. And when the full moon comes up, we're being taken out to sea, and we can't really do anything about it. Kind of ride the waves, so to speak. Okay. Here we go for Saturday. No, let's do 2 of these other ones. Your moon and rising is in Libra. Was it a Libra moon? Hey, I'll let you in on a secret, Snowbird. All Taurus people feel sluggish regardless if there's a full moon, at least for me. It's one of those things. I wish I was better with astrology. All I know is that when the moon is big, it's full. And then I know the signs because I read the signs, but I don't know like nodes. I don't know that much about the rising and I know a little bit about those, but not as much. It was a full moon. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I heard somewhere it was Libra, so. Okay, you guys, pile 1, 2, or 3. That explains why my equilibrium felt off, right? Full moon in Libra. So, Liana, I'm doing these questions first. And then after that, I can take other questions. It's kind of first come, first serve. So $5 for a little bit of detail, $10 for a little bit more. But we've got a few people in line. So you would be third on the list if you paid now. Okay, $5 to $10. And you can either super chat or do this. But thank you for being a new subscriber. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's do this. Right, you guys said pile one? Okay, pile one. So again, very first card. Very first card, Chivalry. Again, that was the first one that came up in the last one too, if I'm not mistaken. Soulmates. The new subscribers, no, for the new subscribers, I'm asking $5. We go into a little bit of detail there. So that's something I'm doing now. So if that bothers you, I'm sorry. That's kind of what I'm wanting to do though. You know, be paid for my time to help you guys and to do all that. So so we get Chivalry, okay? We get Soulmates, 6 Chakra Archangel in reverse, and then we get the 8 of Pentacles. So Saturday is going to be, this could be working towards a soulmate situation. This could be also focusing on maybe the situation from Friday, learning to let go, or feeling blocked in some way, because when I see the 6th Chakra Archangel Metatron in reverse, this to me is a card where we could be blocked psychically. There could be something kind of blocking our, maybe it feels like we're blocked, like our intuition feels blocked. It feels like we're, the way I would describe it is possibly on Saturday, we could be feeling a little bit heavy. And so that can make us kind of, again, feel sluggish, right? But then we have Chivalry and Soulmates. So that one right here, let me see what other info I can get here. So it feels like on Saturday, there's going to be a completion of some kind. So when I say a completion, I mean there's going to be the ending of something and the starting of something new. Because I get this card here. We get the 4 or the 8 of coins. And that one to me is about hard work. It's about being studious. It's kind of about, sort of about reaping what you sow, but it's more about putting in the hard work, studying for something, doing what you feel like is right to do. When we have 6 Chakra Archangel Metatron in reverse, though, there is a block. Possibly there's a block to our work. There's a block to progress. Maybe writer's block, creativity block. Something feels blocked. The Soulmates card, though, we could either be having someone coming in or we could be having someone leaving that's no longer serving us, would be what I would feel on Saturday. So let's look at these other cards here. Let's go into a little more depth here. Did we just get another? No, maybe we did. I can't remember. We were on 7 or 6 on the likes. Okay. All right, so now we have intimacy, compatibility, goddess of the moon, and the ace of coins. So all of this is pointing to, like I said, someone coming in or someone leaving, right? So when I see this could definitely be someone coming in, kind of an energy. The way I see it is it can either be someone that's coming in that we don't know, but when I see the moon card, the goddess of the moon card, it could be someone coming in that maybe we've had in our lives before, and there could be something where the energy could be a little bit different. So on Friday, we had a possibility of someone maybe coming in that would be more of a negative energy. This energy doesn't feel that way, though, on Saturday. So if we're looking at a person coming in on Saturday, there could be something where we're looking at a new start, and this could also be starting a new job, or this could be starting a new, not just a relationship, because the Ace of Coins right here is definitely about starting something new that could possibly be financial, getting a new house or getting a new car, something kind of significant. But the intimacy and the compatibility here is really good. There could be and I feel like I felt like there was a businessman here with me in my ear telling me, well, businessman things, like talking about, how would you put that? I don't even know how to say the word, propensities towards something. It was a weird thing. I feel like it could be more relating to business, because the way I feel like I'm being given this information is straight to the point and it's matter of fact. I don't feel like there's emotion with it. So it could be more of a business aspect or a schooling aspect is what I'm feeling with this. So there could be something there. But let's see what else we got here. Let's go to this next pile. I'm glad you're liking that, Rada. That's awesome. Let's see. Let's go here. Okie dokie, guys. One more pile here, then we got the next day, and then we're on to questions. Okay, the distorted masculine. Okay, distorted masculine. Spiritual maturity. Angel of love in reverse. I'll show you that one again. And judgment. There we go. So there could be something coming up for us, possibly in a career-oriented position. Maybe we're working with someone who has a very distorted view on women, or we're working with someone who is controlling. We're working with someone who could be manipulative and very kind of an angry person. I feel like we can rise above that as best we can because we're focusing on spiritual maturity. Oh, this behind me, you like that? This is it's actually what do you call it? Tapestry, right? I'm glad you like that. And actually, I forgot to do this. So hold on one second. I forgot to turn these on. There we go. Well, thank you. Church? I'm not sure. K-pop, I'm not sure what you mean by that. So, Angel of Love in reverse, Judgment card, spiritual maturity. Working on building up our life's purpose, okay? Working on trying to activate our life's purpose, trying to find something out in that way. Angel of Love in reverse, I think, is showing that K-pop, you're okay. I just didn't understand. I'm not gonna get mad or anything. Don't you say? No, you're good. You're good. Thank you for clarifying though, because I didn't understand. Okay. Yeah, so building something up where we're not letting things bother us anymore. We're gonna go out, we're gonna do what we want to do. And if a person, possibly a male energy, has a problem with this, we're just going to keep on our path and we're going to keep going. So best advice I can give, and I've given this advice a few times, is if we're dealing with someone who could be controlling or like a narcissistic energy, the best thing you can do is to be emotionally neutral. If they're trying, so what a narcissist can try and do is they try and get a response out of you. And once they get the response, then they have you. once you've given them a response, they have you in their grip, and you won't be getting away. So the best thing to do is to remain emotionally neutral. Don't give them anything to use. And if they try and shock you just for the fact to shock you, don't let them. Just kind of stay very stoic and calm. Always remain calm, because if they can't get anything from you, they'll eventually stop. So, okay, let's go on to Sunday. And then we will do questions, which Radha is first. Okay. So let's do this one. All right, guys, pile 1, 2, or 3. Okay. Okay. This part always takes a minute, the shuffling part. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I love that I'm able to do this and that you guys can come here and ask questions and get answers. Okay. You are very welcome, Radha. Very, very welcome. Okay. And I'm enjoying it too. So this is always good. Energy exchange in a very good way. All right, we'll just do pile 1 first, and then we'll go into those other piles here. Well, thank you. Thank you. I enjoy doing this, you guys. Okay, so we have inner peace in reverse. Okay. Inner peace or outer war, you could call it. Contract in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. So that focuses. There we go. And then 5 of, I believe that's 5 of Swords in reverse too, or upright. So let's address these as 5 of Swords upright. Hi, Kay. So for a question now, I'm going to be asking for about $5 for a question. We'll go in depth for it, but I'm not going to be doing the free readings anymore, at least for now. I would like to be able to, get something out of this, but I can add you to the list if you want to do $5 for a question, either through PayPal or Super Chat. You would be the third in line because we got 2 other people that paid ahead of you. You let me know. Okay, so contract in reverse. Inner peace in reverse. So we could be breaking ties with something that's making us feel uneasy, would be something I would say. And then we have the 5 of Swords, which is also like an anxiety card. It's a mental card, so there's going to be a lot of anxiety with breaking these ties. Feeling like maybe we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't break the ties that we have. And then we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. And so we could possibly be ending something on Sunday that is for our best interest, but at first it won't feel that way. So like I've talked about before, it could be giving up an addiction. It could be giving up some behavior that doesn't serve us anymore. But it feels like it's time to do that because we don't feel good. We don't feel good about ourselves at this point in time. So Sunday is going to be a day where we're spring cleaning of the soul, would be what I would describe Sunday as. Okay, so let's look at these other piles here. Okay. All right, let's go to this pile. Divine Masculine. Door to Value. 7 of Wands in reverse. This right here on Sunday, this is some strong energy. I'm starting to feel kind of flush from this energy. So there's a lot of good that's going to come from this. It might feel like a little bit like the Tower card, but it's going to be a good change. These are going to be good changes. This isn't going to be bad. At first, it may seem like it's going in the wrong direction, but it's for things to get better, right? I think sometimes the foundation has to crumble a little bit and fall apart so that we can build something stronger, if that makes sense. So we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is good. This is getting over a burden. So 10 of Wands like this, you'll see it's a beetle holding up a platform there. In reverse, though, we're getting rid of that kind of energy. We're focusing on having a completion. We're focusing on being creative, but not necessarily having to go through the fall, which is really, really important here. This one is the 7 of Coins. Let's see. Yeah, so this one here, I'll show you this card. We're getting what we want from this situation. We've been asking for something to come in and to help us, and we're finally getting what we want. The Door to Value and the Divine Masculine. But in order for those things to happen, sometimes something has to fall apart. If we've built our lives around the distorted masculine viewpoint, which is kind of like controlling things or being a control freak is a good one, just someone who cannot let go, then in order for things to change for the better, things would have to fall apart. And then we'd have to have a paradigm shift. We'd have to focus on new ways of being. And then we get the Door to Value. We get the Divine Masculine coming in. And this could also be a person or a partner as well that comes into our lives. But sometimes things have to fall apart too. So it just depends on kind of how the energy is going that way. Okay. Let me do this here. Okay. All righty. Now, the Gardener. Yeah, the energy, I'm feeling flush. It feels like my cheeks, you guys probably can't see it on camera, but it feels like my cheeks are getting super, super red. So I'm going to open this window up. There. Whew. Okay. So we have the Gardener, like I was showing you. Then we have Cornucopia. Okay, we're looking at an abundance. So the Gardener and the Cornucopia is really good because it's like we're picking our own abundance. We're being able to take the energy that we've had from these kind of difficult situations in our lives, and we're going to apply them towards something that's very, very good for ourselves. So this is a really good card. Like I said, sometimes something has to fall apart for something better to come up, but this is really good. We get the 8 of Wands in reverse. Things could be not happening as quickly as we'd want them to. And we get the Ace of Cups in reverse. Things could be happening that do not feel emotionally fulfilling at the moment, but could be later on. So it could be that there's a little bit of a fall apart, things kind of crashing down, but only because there could be something better coming along in the long term. So if something happens, it's for the best, right? Sometimes that has to happen for things to change. For instance, right? That's kind of a weird for instance, but if you break a bone, that stinks. That stinks if you break a bone and it hurts really bad, right? Well, sometimes we can't just let time go by. Sometimes we have to get surgery to fix the broken bone because it won't heal right otherwise. This is kind of like that. It's kind of like a psychic surgery. We're possibly dealing with emotions from that full moon still, and we're going to be taking those forward a little bit more. But if we do this and we harness it and we treat ourselves with gentleness and kindness, as we've talked about many times on this channel, things will definitely go well for us. Okay, so we are on to the questions now. So Radha, you are first. Let's do these. Move this over here. Just give me 1 second, you guys. Okay. And hopefully you guys understand my stance on the questions. I want to be able to answer your questions, absolutely. But just like you would pay anyone else for their insight, I would want that too. And I'm hoping that's okay with everybody. Even though I know money can be kind of tight sometimes. So I'll try and get as much detail as I can if you guys do pay. Okay. So Radha, I'll go up, I'll read your question, and I will just paste it down here so that I don't keep getting mixed up. There we go. You guys are very welcome, and thank you for being supportive. It's I'm just going to say this, Radha, before I start. For those of you, if any of you guys are wanting to get started in tarot or any of the spiritual stuff, putting yourself out there and actually making money and feeling like you can charge people for your services is one of the hardest things to do. And I'm not trying to say anything. It's just difficult. And so to have people that understand that, you know, because there's one currency that I don't have an unlimited amount of, and that is time. And so, yeah, I just appreciate you guys for being there. So thank you. All right, my brother is in a bad relationship. Will he get out of it and find a new one? Okay. Let me see here what we got for you, Radha. Very good of you to ask questions for your brother. Yes, Alana, amen. Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely feeling some stuff here, some spirit. Felt something touch my head just barely. Does he know? Radha, have you told him that he's in a bad relation? Does he know he's in a bad relationship, or is he convinced otherwise? And that's the other thing, guys. I'm going to be asking you. You don't tell him. Okay, so it's probably a pretty sensitive topic. So let's draw some cards. Let's see what we get here. Let's do some love cards. And let's do some energy cards. Okay, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do here. Or what we can see, you know? I imagine, is this person driving a wedge between you and your brother? The person he's with? Let's see what's in here. Okay, good. You just want him to get something better, so that's good. Good. To be happy. You're just wanting the best for him, so I can understand that. Okay. So they're both good people, but he's not in a good relationship. Okay. Let's see what I can get here. Okay. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Okay. And the cards make a little more sense too. So I get the woman holding a heart. Okay. And in this situation, I'm going to read it like this. So she's holding a heart in her hand. Her eyes are not on the heart, though. She's staring off elsewhere. So she's holding the heart. She's not interested in the heart she's holding. She's interested over in the other direction. Okay. Then we have the gardener. So I feel like your brother is trying to tend possibly to, okay, that makes sense. So, and does your brother address this situation with her that she's still interested in an ex, or is he more quiet about it, or how is that going? Because I get the distorted masculine in reverse here. He's only told you, okay. That's the reason why I was asking, is because I feel like I'm quiet. I don't feel like I'm necessarily saying what's on my mind. So this is the distorted masculine. So it's something that's bothering him, sort of like gnawing at his consciousness, right? Sort of gnawing at him, but yet he doesn't say anything. And so there's going to be some stuff that builds up here. So let me look at these energy cards and see what I can get. Right. He doesn't want to make her mad. And that's what I was feeling too, is that this person, you say they're both good people, but there could be a tendency of snuffing out someone else's emotional world so that another person can have their emotional world. Basically, I feel like he's putting his feelings on the side, kind of like the nice guy trope. He's putting his feelings on the side, and then he doesn't want to make a fuss. Okay. All right, let me see what else we can get here. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we can get here. So this is interesting. The thinking man, right? The man holding a heart in reverse. So all I'm doing is thinking about this. I feel like a lot of his time is consumed by thinking about this, or feeling like the relationship is unstable or unsafe, because at any moment things can kind of topple. Okay, let's grab the tarot cards here and let's look more into this. It's definitely where I see the thinking man, is that I'm not thinking man, and then the man holding a heart in reverse with the woman holding a heart. To me, it feels like, and obviously we've said this, I'm just restating it, right? I'm restating it. So there's love in the relationship, but the love isn't necessarily towards him, right? It's kind of like they're still pining towards this other person. There's not exactly love towards him, or an energy towards him in the way he would want. He would want to be the only one in the relationship getting that attention and not have someone pining over someone else. Okay. All right, let's look at these tarot cards real quick. And I will address the questions you asked too. I'm just trying to understand this to the best extent that I can. Okay. So I get the King of Coins in reverse, and then I get the Three of Coins upright. So I feel like he feels like he's being taken advantage of, or like he's basically, if he told you it's bothering him. Is he an earth sign? Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo? I'm just curious here because when I see this in reverse, I'm wondering if either she's an earth sign or he's an earth sign. Leo, okay. So basically, she's there. Okay, so that's interesting. Basically, if I see this in reverse, I feel like it's someone who doesn't want to lose their cool. I do feel like there's going to be, I would say within the next couple weeks to a month, maybe. It could be a little bit longer, but I feel like things are going to build up and then we'll see what happens. But I'm going to look and see if there's a new relationship on the horizon there because I get a sense of being, it's almost like a volcano. Being the nice guy it's hard to keep that up. If something really is bothering you, it's really hard to keep that up. Hi, Petra. How you doing? So yeah, it's just really hard to keep that up. So I do feel like there's going to be a release of some of this. And I feel like it's going to be sooner rather than later. But let's look at what the cards are going to be. I think he'll find his way. But you being sympathetic for him, I feel like is going to help him. Like being there for him when this does kind of hit the fan, so to speak, you being there will be helpful. Okay. Let's see what else we get here. So will there be a new relationship coming in anytime soon? And there might just be, we'll see what the cards say, but there could just be a period where they're alone for a little while, they figure their stuff out, and then, they come back stronger. Because communication is a vital part for a relationship, and I feel like this could be a lesson for him to communicate his feelings, to communicate how he's feeling, and to learn how to do that appropriately, right? Okay. All right. Right, as long as he's happy. So we have these cards here, okay? We have Destiny in reverse. We have the Page of, I believe this one's the Page of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So here's what I'm going to say, Radha, is going to be happening here. This is going to be a period that will be emotionally difficult for your brother. That's what I'm feeling here. I don't pull punches when I read, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling. Emotionally, it's going to be difficult. I feel like he'll make it through, but this is a lot of energy. So this person right now that he's in a relationship with, and I feel like that will fizzle out. I feel like he'll leave the relationship, but this person is hitting on some core wounds or some trigger wounds that make him feel even more upset about this situation. Like it's not a good situation regardless, but I feel like there's injuries here, possible betrayal or abandonment issues that could be resurfacing through this relationship. And so when he decides to leave, that's going to be difficult for him to do. He'll feel like it's the best thing, but he's going to go through some emotional upheaval for sure. But because of that, and because he figures this out, I feel like another relationship he gets in would be a stronger relationship. Okay, awesome. And that's something, and I'm not awesome that he's going through that, but just that it resonates. That's good. Because the Nine of Cups in reverse is definitely right. Abandon. Yeah. And that's something that if we're going through that, this person is triggering more of those wounds. When he leaves that situation, right, old wounds, absolutely. And when he leaves that situation, he's basically saying, okay, I've learned my lesson. I've learned from this. Sometimes we stay in it. We stay in those situations. They're triggering those old wounds, and sometimes we feel like we deserve that. So we stay there and we hold in that pain because we feel like we deserve it. I'm sorry, Radha. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'm not delivering this in a harsh way. But know that when we're going through this, that's kind of what's happening, is that if we feel like we deserve it, but eventually something happens where the person does come out of it. Okay, good. It's not bad. It's not a bad situation to be in, because all it's doing is teaching us lessons for the future and how to be. I will be real. I can't turn it off. So I'll be as real as I can. But there is a feeling of emotional release and emotional upheaval that has to happen first before this person feels better, before this person feels happy. Because if they're ruminating in it, if they're in that same emotional state that they've been in, right. Anyone that would know their full worth wouldn't stay in a situation like that. And the only way you get to know your full worth is through, you going through it, having people around that can help, and having things to, how would you put it? Basically just having people be there that can help, being gentle with yourself. This isn't a bad thing that he's going through, but it's a self-realization. It's a dark night of the soul situation where this person is in, they're not in their best situation. But the thing with that is that it can always come back around and be something better. So that's how I'm reading this. We get victory. I'm sure she is, but that makes it even more of a difficult situation, right? If she's a good person, then in his mind he's thinking, well, why would I leave if she's good? Even if this is going on, I can sit and stay in this. Basically, what needs to happen is he needs to talk about it, in my opinion. He needs to tell her, I don't feel comfortable with that. And if she has a problem with it, then, that's on her. But he has every right to talk in the relationship and let her communicate her side and see where it goes. Because I see victory in reverse, but then I see a man holding a coin. So this is a deeper core wound. This is a deeper issue, but I feel like it's something he can come to terms with, but it's going to take time. It's going to take him realizing his worth, and possibly maybe even being single for a while after this relationship to see what's going on. Yeah, so, okay. Did that help answer your question, Radha? You are very welcome, Radha. Very, very welcome. All right. And I'm grateful for the donation that you gave to and just helping to support the channel. That means so much to me. Okay. So, Snowbird, are you there? Hello, is it Leith? Is that how you say your name? So, Snowbird, if you wouldn't, well, I can go up. Your message will be easier to find because it's highlighted. There we go. Okay. Okay, Leith. So I'm just posting this down as the question, right? Okay. That's just so I can read it and I can get a handle on everything. Okay. All right. Okay, so I will, Snowbird, I'm coming right back. So you guys just hang tight for just a second. I'm coming right back. and then we will address your question, Snowbird. So just give me 1 second, okay? Okay, alrighty. So let's get back here. Let's see what we can do. So when will I get a job and will I be happy with it? Okay. So remember, you guys, after this question, if you pay the $5, then you will be up next on the list. You'll be the very next person. So just think about it. Okay. And like and subscribe, you guys, if you're not subscribed. That helps a ton. Let's do this. Snowbird. Okay. So Snowbird, I get the 5 of Wands in reverse. There we go. Followed by the 7 of Cups in reverse. And I'll explain these in just a second. I'm just holding them up. And then the 10 of Cups upright. So what I'm seeing here is maybe, and I'm just going to say stuff, you tell me if it resonates. Is your life feeling disorganized now? I feel like there's a sense of disorganization in your life, and possibly in the career area, but I feel like I'm on unstable ground. Would be how I would read this card, and then I'll explain these other cards too. Okay. All right, I will just read this then. Let's see. Okay, you feel uncertain. Okay. So then we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. And this one right here, this is interesting because this is talking about lack of choice. So I feel like we're in a situation where our choices don't feel right. It feels like something's going on with our choices, or it feels like the thing that we would want, either we don't know what it is we want, or there's just not enough choices to even want to begin, right? Maybe you're being drawn to one or two paths and either one of those couldn't be the right path, or maybe it's just wide open and things are coming in. I do get this though. So I get the 10 of Cups. Okay, this is a really good card. This is emotional fulfillment. So something's going to come along where I feel like the perfect job could be coming along. But I do feel like it's going to be, let's say, I feel like it's going to be a bit more of a messy process, right? It's going to be a bit more disorganized, and then I feel like things will happen. Okay, limited choices. Okay, so that makes sense. But I do feel like things will work out here, and I'll try and get a date for you and stuff moving forward. Let me see if I can get anything psychically here. So yeah, it's that feeling of, because my neck is starting to get tense, to me not seeing the situation or not being able to see all the choices. So something's blocking us. That's what I'm feeling. And then being put into like a vice grip. Figuratively, of course. Okay, I'm gonna see what's going on with this energy. Get a little bit more. Okay. This September. That could explain the 10 of Cups coming up. I feel like you will. I mean, honestly, the 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment, so I feel like there could be something there. Um, it just feels a little more stifling right now. I feel like my options are more stifled. And September is still 5 months away. So I can understand wanting to get out there and do something. Let me see what I can get energetically, though. Is this your I was feeling like I was grasping onto smoke. Did you go to school and then stop for a little while and then start up again, or have you been in school this whole time? I felt like something was blocking me from be the word. I guess academics would be the word. Education. See how I get energetically though. Okay, let's do this here. Yeah, you'll definitely have something because I get the Sun card too, which is one of the best. This is numbered, or this is number one in this tarot deck. This is a really good card to have. And if we look at these two cards, so right now you're feeling okay. So you did take a break. That makes sense. So we have this card. We have this card. This is showing where we're at now. This is showing a sense of feeling limited, I feel like we're feeling limited, we're feeling isolated, we're feeling like we just don't know. It's a scary feeling. But then the closer things come into a little bit more of a future mindset, so a few months down the way, I feel like we're looking at the Sun card and we're looking at looking at the Ace of Cups. So these two cards together are very, very good cards. We're looking at, I feel like being able to bring in whatever we would want to. Being a good candidate is what I'm feeling. Are you on? Okay. Okay, so that could be another reason why we're feeling that way too. So going out there and having a career, you feel like when you put yourself out there, possibly you could be humiliated or you could be vulnerable. So this is kind of a scary thing for you to put yourself out there again. Am I correct in saying that? Hi, Kevin. I'm not sure what's wrong with your eyes, and I don't necessarily do those kinds of readings. If you feel like something's wrong with your eyes, I would say go to a doctor. Would be my stuff there. And I'm sorry if there is something wrong there. Okay, you feel as though you're not good enough. Okay. That could definitely be what we're feeling, or what's going on here. Feeling like we're not enough. Okay. So again, we talked to Radha about core wounds, right? This is a big one too. That is why our options feel more limited. I feel like this is pressing on a core wound. So I get these two cards here, Chivalry and Luminosity in reverse. Okay. So Chivalry and Luminosity in reverse, that to me is saying we don't know our worth. I feel like we come across confidently enough. I feel like we can put on a mask or a disguise and we can come across as confident or stronger than we are. But deep down, there is an insecurity there. And we don't see our own light. I feel like other people can see it, but we don't see it. And I feel like it's because of these job situations. Like you said, you were humiliated before. So let me see when I can get. To me, it felt like closer to September is going to be when the job comes in. I don't feel like it's going to happen sooner than that. It just doesn't. It just doesn't quite feel right to me when I'm looking into that. But I do feel like it feels more of in the line of August or June is kind of what I'm feeling, and I feel like I'm making a connection at that point. Possibly being friends with someone first, and then finding a job that way, or being introduced to something in that kind of way, if that makes any sense. It is. This is the. I don't have the. It's True Black Tarot is what this one is right here. I can show you the True Black Tarot cards, and they are absolutely gorgeous cards. And I'll answer your question here, Snowbird. But you look at those. I mean, they're just beautiful cards. Have a lot of good artwork on them. I'll show my favorite one here. Sorry, Snowbird. When someone talks about the deck I'm using, I have to go into a whole thing here. Come on now. I have to find it now out of principle. Hi, Alicia. How are you doing? Well, this card's cool. Okay, these two cards are pretty cool. They don't have any of the reds that I like. Oh yeah, that's right. They're not necessarily limited, but yeah, there's a kitty right there. That one's Hazel. So we have this card here, and this is the Devil card, but I just love the way these cards look. I mean, just they're so gorgeous, so gorgeous. And then we have this is the Sun card, and I'll hold it up a little closer. But when you move it up and down, right, you can see, and the box that it comes in is perfect. Fine, I'll go get the box. Okay, hold on. I'll show you the box too. I got these as a Christmas present. Okay, the box is perfectly sized to fit the cards, right? And then there's a little book in here with the detail. And then the lid is magnetic. It's a gorgeous set, and then the cards fit perfectly. I mean, if you have this up here and I show you a card, it's a very small kind of comparison, but the cards fit perfectly in there. So I love it when they're self-contained like this, because then I don't have to. They used to sell the tarot cards in these huge, big boxes that were made out of cardboard, and they weren't very sturdy or steady. And so now they're doing these where it's smaller, and I love the look these have, much better. I'll go put this back. Hold on. And then I'll address your question, Snowbird. Okay. So a different country. Let's see. Hi, Neelam. I'm doing good. How are you? We're looking in a different country. You're into cancer research. Let me see. That sounds like an awesome field to get into to be able to help people. Well, hopefully this helps bring your energy up. Hopefully. Or we'll all just pass out and go to sleep together. Hi, Amber. No, it's not too late. You can come in here and join the list. Okay, hold on. I'm going to see what I can get. And Amber, I hope things are going well for you. It's been We will address the questions here shortly. Yeah. So for those of you who are wanting to ask a question, I have this right here set up. And so you can either do a super chat or you can do this. And once you guys have done that, then good. I'm glad things are going well. But once you do that, then I will answer the question. I'm not going to be doing the free questions anymore, just because I feel like I just draw one card, I get the answer for you guys, and I would want to go more in depth, and I would also want to be paid for giving the answers. And so, I mean, if I'm being frank and if I'm being honest. So $5 to start out, okay? And you can go up from there if you want more detail, if you want to do it that way. But either super chat or through the PayPal link that I just posted. But Snowbird, let's address your question. Okay. Thank you, Rada. I'm glad you see it that way. A lot of people don't, and I have my own problem with that because I've been ashamed to ask for money for doing readings. I used to do free readings. I used to do that stuff all the time. And, you wouldn't ask an electrician to work for free. Not that I'm an electrician. I think you guys get my point. Okay, so Snowbird. I feel I'm focusing on a country, right, where you're going to go, and I keep seeing fire and flames. Now, either that means you're going to hell, and I don't think, it's just not the season to go to hell. So I'm thinking it could be a different place, maybe a place that has a very hot climate, right? Because I'm thinking here that just when I saw those flames, I'm trying to think what that could possibly. Give me a second here, Snowbird. Have we looked at the European countries? Is that what you're thinking? Maybe something more like maybe Sweden or like Norway or something like that. I'm not really sure, because what I feel is that, and it's funny that I saw fire and then that, so I'm trying to understand this. Let me just do this here. I definitely feel like there's a, okay, that could be it. It feels like I'm going to be moving. It does feel like I'm going to be moving because I feel like I can't sit still. I get this weird jitteriness in my stomach that would be equivalent to, you know how Finland. Okay. Because it did feel like I'm looking at something else. I'm definitely looking at something else, and I feel like I'm wanting to go into that kind of area. I don't feel like it's going to be much of a problem for you to. It actually feels like it's going to be pretty smooth sailing. It feels like I'm going to be offered, and then I go, or there's going to be something where there's just kind of a going energy, and I feel jittery when I'm focusing on this place. So I feel like this could be possibly exciting. Um, it's like that energy from, I don't know if you guys have seen. It's like Beavis and Butthead, right? And how their lines are always moving. There's always like this squiggliness with them. I'm thinking that's the right thing. Yeah, I get this feeling of the jitters. So that's what I'm feeling for sure. The future feels bright though. I feel like the anxiety will fade and turn into excitement as things get closer for you. Sorry, there's weird squeaky sounds coming from outside. Hopefully that addresses the question. I do feel like it'll happen again. It's going to be, I feel like, August or June. It could be in July, but what I'm doing is I'm taking your current energy and I'm projecting it forward, and then I'm trying to see what's going on there, right? So in my opinion, the further we project the energy, it's harder for me to pinpoint what's happening. So things could change slightly, but every decision affects like the quantum web. The fact that I gave you the reading actually affects the future too. So it's because I'm giving you information. I'm giving you information that has not come to pass, and there's still free will involved. Does that make sense, you guys? Will it be a university setting? Thanks for the like, guys. University setting. Oh no, I got you. If you guys do small typos and stuff like that, don't worry. You don't have to correct yourself unless you can see that I'm visibly confused, which is a good bunch of the time. So okay. I feel like I'm working someplace else first, and then I go from there. So Leith, if you want to do a reading, $5, and then if you want more detail, we can go into that. But $5 to start, and you can either do super chat or you can do PayPal. But I'm still addressing Snowbird's question here, and then whoever pays next gets the reading next. So whoever is wanting a reading. To me, though, Snowbird, I'm feeling like we're going to be looking at a situation where I feel like I'm working someplace else first. It's not a university, and then if you want to work at the university, there will be an option. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm working someplace else first, but if your heart's really set on the university setting, that could possibly happen too. There is still 4 months, 5 months until September. So hopefully that helps answer your question, Snowbird. Okay, so who wants to go up next? Who has a question? I think you'll get there. Just keep the You're very welcome. Let's see. So Demetra. So Amber, if you want to do a whoever pays next, you guys get priority. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not going to do the free readings anymore. So it's just whoever pays next, and then I'll just make a list from there. Whoever pays next, whoever pays first. Awesome, Snowbird. I'm glad. And thank you for helping to support the channel. Oh, PayPal? Let me see. Give it just a second here. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Amber. Let's do this here. Okay. So, Amber, what is your question? And thanks again for sending on PayPal. Okay. Thank you, Snowbird. I appreciate that. And keep doing your work. The cancer research and all that, that's a very good profession to be into. I think that's something people need a lot of, is healing. Don't let anyone dissuade you from that. And like I was saying with, I don't know if you're typing your question or not, Amber, but whenever you are ready, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's look at this. Okay. Okay, how can you stop/expose them? Let's see here. And I'm sorry that happened, Amber. Let's see what we can do here. Actually, I'll shuffle these cards instead. Oh, wow. Okay. That's awful. I'm sorry that happened. Well, if it means anything to you, I do believe there will be justice. If not something we can see, then something else down the way for sure, because that's not right. But let's see. I'll get some insight on your question. This is describing your situation pretty accurately. I'll show you here. So obviously we have a broken heart. Okay. Then we have fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel in reverse. So feeling like you can't speak your mind or you can't say anything in this situation. Because the way I feel is it's like it would be your word against theirs. If they have more influence or respect, it's going to be you trying to convince people that this happened, but other people won't believe you because the other person has more pull, right? It's kind of an us versus them mentality. I feel like right here, speaking out about it can be a good thing, but I also feel like it's going to be hard if we don't have other people possibly behind us backing us up, because if we're going up against this kind of superpower energy, and I'm just going to call it that, it's going to be hard for us to try to get our foot in the door. I'm going to draw some more cards here though, but I get this card, the appreciation card upright. So even though this has been happening with you, I feel like there's a sense of like not wanting to stoop down to their level, even though you're upset and you're hurt. I feel like I'm carrying myself and I'm trying to understand what's going on, and I'm trying not to let this get the better of me. Am I correct in saying that? Even though it hurts and even though it's incredibly uncomfortable, I feel like I'm maintaining, standing in my own light, so to speak. Okay. Let's see what else we get here. Okay. So we have victory in reverse, and then we have financial constraints, okay, which sounds like where you're at. You're feeling like you're not being seen, or like even worse than that, you're feeling invalidated. You're feeling invalidated, taken advantage of, and kind of used would be definitely what I would say. The best thing to do, though, is we have this. So we have the temple path, okay? So this card right here is about us, like I was saying, sitting in our power. I think doing the best thing we can do is to focus on trying to raise our own vibration up, even though it's hard to do because someone has taken something from us. But I feel like, let me draw another card here. The temple path is good, and I feel like that is the right way. But when we're in this place where we're hurting and we're in pain and possibly our reputation is being dragged through the mud, so to speak, it can be hard to want to just sit there, right? But I'm going to see what else we can have here. I'm going to see what else we can get. What can Amber do moving into this situation? What more can Amber do to expose them and get justice in this situation? So I get the all tied up card. And like I said, the temple path. I don't know if there's a lot you can do in this situation in an action-oriented way. Maybe there can be something spiritual that we do, or something with possible spell work that we do, maybe. But what I'm seeing here is that if you speak out, if you try and say something, people will just look at you like they'll look at you like you're trying to hurt somebody in the community that's a pillar, or you're trying to hurt someone to them that's like this treasure person. And if you try and do that, it'll just bring negative attention to you. If you don't do anything, then you feel like you're being gypped regardless because something happened and this person stole your ideas. The best thing moving forward, I think, would be to look at trying to protect your spiritual self and your spiritual center would be something I would say, because trying to go out there in a physical sense and try to do a my word versus his, or try to do something like this, is going to make it so that people won't hear your side of the story. I feel like maybe you've already tried doing something similar, but it doesn't work. And if you haven't tried something, then I'm sure you've thought about it. But in any of the scenarios, I feel like the best thing to do is to focus on yourself and bringing yourself up. And then, like I said, maybe look into possible white magic, something to protect yourself from this person, and look into ways that we can make it so that people will stop spreading lies and rumors. Because there's only so much you can do on your end in the physical sense. But there can be ways that we can protect ourselves and our reputation and our dignity. But again, maybe look into something like that. And that's something I don't say lightly, but in this situation, to me, it doesn't feel like we can take any physical or emotional steps to possibly get there. I feel like it would rely more on the physical side of things. And stuff like that does work. I mean, you'd have to do some research into it, but there needs, if you're wanting justice, that would be something I would say to possibly look into. But let's see here. I'll still draw some cards. Is this making sense so far? Hi, Bridget. Yeah, so we can do $5 or $10, and you can do a reading with me if that is something you would want to do. I can add you to the list. You let me know if that's something you'd want to do. And you can either do it through Super Chat or you can do it through here, and we can address the questions more in depth. Okay. All right. You would be the next on the list. So if you want to do it through here, I can add you to the list, and then you would be the next one after I'm done with Amber's reading. I can draw some more cards here and look a little bit deeper. But in my opinion, Amber, so this that's happened, and we've been talking about it a little bit on the channel. This probably is hitting a deeper like core wound. I feel like, where there's betrayal and abandonment and harassment, like you said too. But there's a sense of like giving your all into something and then having it not even having nothing to show for it, but actually having negative to show for it because something happened that could damage the reputation. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. You will be the next one coming up. Just give me a second here. Are you there, Amber? Okay. Okay, I don't know where Amber is. All right, Bridget, do you want to ask your question? Okay. All right, we will answer that question. Let's give me a second here. Let's shuffle these cards up. Hopefully things have been going well in your life, Bridget. Who or what is coming forward in your love life? Yeah, insane in the membrane. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, let's do this here. Okay, what is coming forward in your love life? Or who or what is coming forward in your love life? Who or what is coming forward in your love life? Okay, so Bridget, are we going through some emotional healing right now? Because I get envy. I feel like we're healing from something. Envy in reverse, goddess of the moon in reverse, and door to personal healing and happiness in reverse. So I feel like we're starting to address issues where we're sort of focusing a little bit more on our shadow side moving forward. Maybe we've been reading books or we've been trying to learn a little bit about psychology, I would say, because this right here looks to me like we're doing some healing. So you let me know if that sounds right. Okay, lots of self-care these days. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right, lots of self-care these days. That makes sense. Envy in reverse, goddess of the moon. Let's see what else we can get here, though. Let's look at the love cards. Alrighty. And so one more shuffle here. Okay, so we have serendipity in reverse. Okay. Then we have dating that comes up. I never get this card pulled out. So to me, we're looking at possibly having some love situations come in, but there also, I feel like there's kind of a block to the flow. I don't know if there's a sense of self-sabotage. I don't know if that's something that's going on, but I do feel like I'm flowing and then I'm stopping, then I'm flowing, then I'm stopping. I don't know why they don't come up, Frederick. I'm not really sure. I don't know how that works. I wish I did. But hopefully you're feeling okay, Frederica, because last time we were talking, it didn't sound like you were doing too hot. But yeah, there's that flow, there's that stop, there's that flow. Bridget. So I'm going to draw some more cards here and see what else I can get. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Let's see what else we can get here. Oh, drop some cards. Okay, so there's a lot of energy that just popped out for Bridget. Okay, we have the Star card. That could be an Aquarius individual, possibly coming towards us. A Lover's card, that could be Gemini. Then we have the Hanged Man. And then we have the King of Cups right there. Hi, Angel. So these cards right here, the way I would read this is there could be someone coming towards us once I will, let's see. So Angel, I'll add you to the list, and then it's $5 to ask a question, and then I can give you some answers. And sometimes you can ask 2 or 3 questions, just depending on how many people are active, but $5 to the question. So if you want to be added to the list, I can add you to the list. You would be after Bridget, who I'm reading right now. There could also be a Sagittarius individual, is what I'm feeling. So once our perceptions have changed on love, I do feel like there's an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Sagittarius that could be coming into our lives. Okay. This one here, though, Bridget, is I feel like we're focusing much more on allowing ourselves to, I feel like, be more emotionally expressive in our own, how would you put that? I guess be more emotionally expressive or be a little more outspoken, I would feel like, when it comes to this. There's some powerful energy here, though, and I do feel like something's going to happen, but let's look at kind of a time frame and go from there, because that's what I'm getting here. So let's look at a time frame. Okay. 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 Let me move these over here. Frederica, it was good. Good day. Did some art. Hello, Donna. Bridget, are you still there? Yeah, it was a good day. How was yours? Okay. I was just making sure because I don't know. So let me do some more cards here. It's more it's like only days can be good days too, sometimes. Sometimes it's good to just be alone and to have, you can do anything you want to do sometimes. I just do like geometric art and stuff like that. Very I draw flowers and things like that. Puts me at peace. Okay, so Bridget, were we dealing with like kind of psychedelic looking flowers mostly? I don't know how to describe my art, but it's like symmetrical flowers and things like that. I use like symmetry and I do that. So we have the divine masculine and we have reparenting yourself in reverse. So this to me is that we could possibly be working. So Bridget, this for me is that we could be working on healing possible father wounds or healing divine masculine wounds. So that could be something that could be very kind of tricky moving forward, because I feel like these could be deeper wounds. That's kind of why I feel like we got the door to personal healing and happiness in reverse and the goddess of the moon in reverse, is I feel like maybe we've been attracting emotionally unavailable people in our lives. And so you let me know, does that make sense to you so far? Because the reparenting yourself in reverse, I feel like we heal and then we kind of pull back a little bit and then we go forward and then we pull back a little bit. And I'm getting a feeling of kind of like it's me time, or it's yeah. Yeah, arts and crafts are good. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you let me know, Bridget, does that? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right. So I feel like once we've healed, we can have stuff start to come into our lives, right? Once we've come through these kinds of healing conditions. The time frame it's kind of hard to focus on. To me, it feels like there's parts of ourselves that we're getting more comfortable in expressing. I would recommend this as something. There we go. Now, I don't get paid for this. This isn't an affiliate link. This is just a link to a book that I feel like could be helpful. And it does not want to send, so hold on. Okay, Amber, no worries. I was thinking, it's kind of a personal thing, right, that you're going through. And I was thinking maybe I offended you. And so I was thinking, oh boy, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad. But yeah, the white, focusing on white magic and spells that can help with that, I feel like would honestly be something to, again, do research, really look into it. But things like that can help because that's not right. But that is not necessarily my area of expertise. That's why I'm saying do research and look into it. Okay, so Bridget, I would say probably 6. You're very welcome, Amber. Focus on, in order for it to be white magic and something we're focusing on, we need to have it be something that empowers us and stops, it sort of something that just empowers us, right? And so all you're doing is you're taking your power back. So that's why I'm talking about it in those terms, is that we need to look at getting your power back and not having someone else step in and try and do whatever they want with it. I wish I had more information on that. Maybe when I'm older. It's an interesting field of study, but boy, it's very deep. It's a very deep study. Anything on the occult and magic and stuff like that, and spells, it's very, very deep stuff. But anyway. Okay. So like I said, Bridget, I would feel about 3 to 6 months for you to move forward in a relationship direction. And yeah, hold on one second. Okay. Good. Good. I'm glad you're getting a comfortable feeling. I'm glad. I try and do that with my guides. I try and make this a safe space where people can feel that it's okay, whatever they're going through, and I try to make this a healing space and a sacred space. So that's something that I am definitely focused on. Just give me one second here. But does that resonate with you, Bridget? And do you have any other questions? Hmm. I'm going to go for a second. I will be right back, so everyone just stay tuned. Okay, so remember I said there was a Sagittarius, an Aquarius, or a Gemini person that could possibly be interested. So I feel like there's three prospects there. Both of them are, or not both of them, all three of those are pretty different, but that's what I'm feeling could possibly be coming your way. I'm gonna come right back. So you guys can just stay tuned and I will be right back. So hold on one second. that would be something. Just pump yourself up and do some inner work. That would be the best thing. And the one thing I was trying to talk about, right, was this. Okay, if I can actually get it for you. Why? Okay, I'm just going to do it this way. And then you guys can all see it. Okay, check this out. Okay, first off, no. I copied and, okay. Telling you right now, this is Funkalicious. What's going on? Can't get this to work. Okay, Bridget. An emotional life. Let's see. School of life like this. So that's going to have a lot of stuff there. For some reason, I can't copy and paste a link. It wasn't even an affiliate link or anything. It's just something I believe in. So School of Life and Emotional Education, it talks about a lot of things, and it can help you, and it's helped me tremendously to change for the better, right? It's a really, really good book. And I feel like a lot of people should read that. Again, my recommendation, but yeah. So the inner work, I mean, we can start with, if we feel like something's bothering us or irritating us, we go inside. We try to understand where those emotions are coming from and what exactly is triggering the response of anger or sadness. Or if you're like me, I use anger to mask my sadness, right? Generally, if I have a good cry, I feel better, but I use anger to mask my sadness. Okay, perfect. So that will be good for you. That's something that I feel like can help a lot of people moving forward. And just the part on relationships in the book alone, talking about that and how to kind of grow and evolve and with a partner or with yourself, it's a really good read. And I would recommend for people that are wanting to reach out there and to get the right partners. I feel like that's a good start. And then there's other books on different topics as well, but having the emotional foundation down first makes a lot of other things easier, because then we're not like second guessing ourselves and we're not thinking, is this right? And things like that. And so it's helped me a lot. I probably need to read some more of it, but it's not, it's kind of like every few pages you pause and think, or sometimes for me, every sentence you pause and think, and you're like, oh, okay. So, all right. Who do we have next we can either do 5, 10, or 15, depending on how much depth you guys want to go into. And you can either do it through the super chat or you can do it through here. I had it at one point. I'll go up here. There. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this then. Well, hold on. Since you're here, you guys wait right here. I'll be right back. Generally, it's something to do with themselves. People don't like what they see in you, usually. That's why people dislike you. Maybe you're too upfront, maybe you're too honest, or maybe you come on too strong, and I'm saying that in quotation marks because it's just people's way of saying, I can't handle it. But generally, that to me could be the reason why. And some people, they're just that way. So this is the kind of art that I do. So I'll just show you guys. It's kind of hard to see the whole thing, but I do, like flower art and stuff like that. So thank you. I appreciate that. It's, I had to learn how to do this, and it took me a while, but I found my own style. It's digital. It's I use my iPad to make it. And I've got other ones that I've done. Let me see here. Just kind of simpler designs, Try and put a little bit of pizzazz in the art. Or this one. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. I want to show you this one kind of has a depth to the layers that I did on this one. Thank you very much. I love picking the colors and looking at the kind of designs. This one's like a tree of life design. What's up, buddy? And trying to see what else I have here. Just kind of like, I like the more trippy and the psychedelic kind of art, where like there's a lot of lines going into each other. This one took a while, yeah. This one took a little bit. This one, this one's more funny, and yeah. So look at this one. Just some triangles sitting by a fire, and everyone's in awe of the flame. Just something kind of cute. I draw cute stuff too. It's not all flowers and stuff like that. But yeah. I do that when I'm feeling, I don't know. I mean, artistic expression is something that I'm new to, so I haven't been drawing for a super long time. I've had this for a couple years, I think, and just sort of picked it up in that time, and I've really enjoyed it. So, yes. But thank you for letting me share that, you guys. I appreciate that. I like being able to do that. Ooh, that's cool. I wouldn't have any idea how to draw graffiti. I would not have any idea. It looks fun though, but I imagine the paint fumes could be a little much, right? I know nothing about it. What kind of things would you draw when you did graffiti? Like just like words, or would you do pictures? Okay, that's fair enough. I imagine that was nice, kind of like a creative outlet. Like nothing like when I'm drawing, for instance, nothing else kind of matters except for, the next color or the next brush or the next stroke of the pen or whatever. That's kind of how it is with me. Give me just 1 second here, guys. Let me do this. I'm going to look at something really quick. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to see something. Okay. Oh, outlining sounds fun. I need to get more into the creative stuff because I only do one medium, right? And it's just the digital art. Okay. So does anyone have any questions that we could address? If not, that's okay. We can just chat here. It is. Creativity is an awesome way to release stress. It's the only thing that's, on a really stressful day, that's the only thing that really helps me. It becomes kind of obsessive, but honestly, it's helped me a lot to be able to tap into that energy. Okay. Okay, so if it's just going to be us for a minute, might as well light one more incense here. Okay. Okay. All righty. So, that smells good. I think that one is Summer Rain. It's an incense, and it smells really good. Okay. All right. So, would anyone want to focus on possibly doing some energy work here? All that is we're just going to be focusing on energy, focusing on creating a connection with ourselves and creating an energetic feel with ourselves. So, would anyone be interested in doing that? Okay. So, for this to work, we don't have to do too much, okay? Okay. So for this to work, we don't have to force anything. That's something that I want us to get out of our heads. When we're going into the psychic, we're going into the mediumship, we're going into energy healing, we do so not by forcing, but by allowing. And that's a very, very different thing. Okay. We don't allow something, or we don't force something to happen, we allow it to happen. We become a receptive field or a receptive vessel for that energy to happen within us. When we try to force it, and we try to use our muscles, and we try to clench, we try to do things, that doesn't help us. Instead, we need to focus more on allowing things to happen, be receptive. Okay. So the best way I can describe this is kind of like how you have a cup, right? And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be allowing water to fill this cup. We're going to be allowing ourselves to be filled with the water. So if we're the cup, the water comes in, that's what we're doing. And we didn't have to do anything to get that water. All we have to do is state an intention. I wish to heal, I wish to focus on psychic ability, or I wish to be able to meditate, or whatever it is we want to do, and then we can focus on that. So we'll do some exercises here, guys. So let me move stuff over here. Let's take a second to just kind of quiet our minds down as much as we can, okay? The first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to focus on your index finger, okay? Now, when we're focusing, it's in a gentle way. Awesome, Radha, awesome. So when we're focusing, it's in a very gentle way. We're not forcing anything. So I'm looking at my finger, I'm softening my gaze, and what I want you to focus on when we're talking about building energy up is I want you to focus on the way you could feel the blood move through your finger, and the way we can do that. So we're going to start with sensation, and then eventually the energy will become the sensation that we're focusing on. So we're going to focus on kind of stroking the finger, okay, gently, like this. And what this is doing is it's bringing our attention to the present moment, which is now, and it's grounding us in this moment. And when we're doing this, it's making it so that our attention goes to where our finger is touching. Okay, attention, energy goes where attention flows, or energy flows where attention goes. I think that's how it goes. But now when we let go of our finger, we let go of touching the finger, we can then imagine like a feather, okay? And when we're imagining this feather, we can imagine the very tip of the feather is going up and down the finger, okay? And I want you guys to visualize that as much as you can. You can close your eyes, move your finger up and down. And then what's going to happen, okay, is you're going to start building up a little bit of awareness kind of outside your finger. There's a possibility you could feel a sensation that feels like it's outside of your finger, right? And what we're going to do with that is we're going to take that. We're just going to sit for a second here. It can tickle. But we're going to take this, we're going to go up and down, and we're just going on the finger. We're just focusing on that. And then what we can do is now we've kind of stimulated this energy. So now what we can do is we can relax, and then we can start focusing on the area around the finger. Instead of focusing on the finger itself, we can focus on the area around the finger. Again, having kind of a gentle gaze when we're looking at our finger. We're not straining anything. And then you can take your hand like this. Okay, let me do it like this. And you can pass your finger over your hand or your palm. And you guys might end up starting to feel something. It could feel a little bit hot. It could feel magnetic. It could feel like pressure or static. It could feel cold. but it's kind of like you can feel a presence even though you're not touching your palm. You can feel that something's there. Okay, and now I'm going to send my guides to the group, the energy here, and we're going to focus on doing that. Yeah, magnetic. There you go. Once we're starting to feel that magnetic sensation a little bit, we can take our hands up like this, okay? And we can place them like this. I've got a chair that's perfect for this, so it works for me, but get yourself comfortable as you can and have your right in between your palms. I want you to imagine like you're holding a balloon, okay? And we're going to press the balloon. The balloon's inflated. It's a little bit bigger than the softball, okay? And we're pressing down on it. And you guys can use this right here to visualize energy too, this little ball, to kind of visualize what that could look like. But we're focusing on taking the energy and we're squeezing it. We're kind of playing with the energy, right? And then what we can do is we can start to rotate a little bit, clockwise, counterclockwise. Doesn't really matter, but we start rotating a little bit. And you should start to feel possibly a little stirring in your hands. I'm just using the one hand to rotate, and we're using this other one to just sort of hold still. But right now, my hand feels like it's kind of staticky and it's kind of pressured, like a pressure feeling. But there's that feeling of electricity a little bit too. And if you guys don't feel anything, that's okay. It's not about feeling something. It's about going through the energetic exercises. Eventually, the sensations come along. It just takes practice, like with anything else. Now, this energy that we have right here, I like doing it because it looks like I'm holding up the tiny little ball. Anyway, but this energy that we have right here can be used for so many different things. We can use it to empower ourselves. We can use it for energy healing, okay? We can send this to other people that would be sick. It's important first, in my opinion, to ask permission before we do any energy work on somebody. But we can do this. We can focus on this energy, and that's what it's used for. It's like a psychic energy. We're holding kind of the essence of our soul expression in our hand, right? This is our energy, and we can use it however we see fit. And good. Good, Frederica. Is this the first time you've done an exercise like this? Okay, good. That's really good. If you could feel static your first time, that's awesome. And that energy, that's what we're focusing on in this sensation, in this kind of feeling. And it's similarly when we connect with spirit, if we do mediumship, that static feeling, imagine that feeling, but then there's this intense feeling of joy circulating through our body. But it's all through our body. It's like all through the upper part of our body. And then there's this energy of like you're connecting with the spirit, you're feeling goosebumps all over, that static feeling, that electricity feeling. And then you're feeling very happy and you're able to express messages through spirit that way too. Just there's so many ways we can use energy, and mediumship is a pretty cool expression of the energy. But energy healing is good too. So how did everyone go with that? Frederica seemed to enjoy that. How did you do the exercise, Amber? It's cool though to be able to feel energy, because that's what it is. Good. Good. I'm glad it calmed you down. It's one of those things when we're focusing on energy, it kind of forces us to be present, because there's like a sensation to it, in my opinion, or there's like a feeling with it that says, be present with me, be here and now with me. And because of that, it can settle us down and help us kind of focus on the now. Because that's all we have. All we have is the now, and that's it. I can't do anything from the past because I'm not there, and the future hasn't happened yet. So we only have the now, right? But you guys can take that exercise and you can focus on it, and eventually you'll just be able to feel energy without doing anything else. You can just focus and feel energy. And you can work with different. I wonder if I brought them back in here. Hold on one second. Oh, they're all right there. Okay, so you can focus on all sorts of different energies when it comes to these. Well, you do you, Frederica. If that's what tickles your fancy and your finger, then you go for it. You go for it, girl. You get out there. Oh, good. Good. I can't see who's in the chat, so I don't know. Involvement, entire body involvement. Awesome. Awesome. So, was that the first time you tried something like that, Rada? So, when we're working with different kinds of energy, we can have tools that I can show you guys. It's kind of like, imagine you have a magnifying glass, okay? And you know how you can focus the sun on the magnifying glass and then you can burn stuff, right? So imagine these tools not as a magnifying glass that could hurt people, but as kind of like a tool that can help heal people. So each one of these focuses energy. This one is turquoise. Okay, this is for the throat chakra. This one is, I believe this is citrine, and this is for the sacral chakra. I got a cute little jar I keep everything in. It's an old holiday Nutella jar. That's good, in your chest. So that's your heart. That's your heart opening up, Rada. That's awesome. That's really good. Speaking of the heart, that's what we have here. I believe this is aventurine. So that's for the heart chakra. The heart's all about letting go. This one is the root chakra. So it's like a red color, right? And I don't know what this one is. I mean, the names don't really matter as much as the effects. So I just use these for my energy healing, and then I cleanse them in the moon. That's why they're over here, so the moonlight can get to them. This is the solar plexus. So all of these tools are kind of designed to bring us back in alignment with kind of source energy. I feel like personally The third eye one is this one right here. If the camera will focus. I think I got to cover my face. There we go. So this is amethyst. Okay, so amethyst is a really, really good stone for the third eye, for opening up intuition, for psychic ability. And then I've got some other ones here too, but we'll focus on the last one. This is the crown chakra. And you'll notice it is clear. So the crown chakra is kind of like, it won't really activate or work very well unless all the other chakras are kind of working in harmony. So the way you can imagine each of these chakras is like a cog in a machine. And when the one little gear is spinning down here, it spins the other chakra, which is another gear, which spins the other chakra. When all of those are spinning in harmony, the crown chakra gets activated and we're able to have easier access to intuitive abilities. My opinion with that is because if we're a clear channel and our chakras are in check, it's easier for us to give information, right? A lot of us in the world today, I feel like, and I'm not always on. I can't always be on. I have days where I don't have access to my psychic abilities. I feel like it all. Sometimes I'll have days and days where I just don't feel that way, But when I am feeling better, when I'm feeling like I can do the work, generally it happens where I'm more clear. And when I'm more clear, I can focus on things that are not my own, right? Imagine if everyone else, not everyone, imagine people, right? And imagine a pond. If people are ponds or if people are lakes, okay? If the lake is always rainy and there's always raindrops hitting the lake, it's hard for us to sense necessarily where the energy is coming from. But if it's a very clear day, if it's a really clear day, and again, we're the ponds, right? So if it's a really clear day and someone throws a rock in the water, like spirit throws a rock in the water, or psychically we get an impression, it's much easier for us to understand what's going on because the energy is easier for us to read because we're not being influenced by anything. Hopefully that makes sense. I need to come up with a better analogy for that. But does that make sense so far, guys? Another drink of water here. Okay, let me put it in a different way. And thanks for the like, whoever did the like. I appreciate that. Let me say it like this. So imagine that everybody is going through a thunderstorm, right? And whenever there's thunder, you can't hear anything. The only thing you can hear is the thunder. It's so loud and it's so kind of aggressive. It's like I'm here, and thunder has, and it can be calming too, but let's have it in this scenario be something where it's always thundering, it's always raining. If we take a psychic or someone who's intuitive, what they've been able to do is that they can kind of walk away from the sound of the thunder, which is their own thoughts or other people's thoughts or opinions or whatever else it happens to be. They're in a quieter place. So if they hear the faintest whisper or they hear the sound of something, they can pick up on it. Okay. But someone else, if you hear a whisper in a thunderstorm, you're not going to be able to understand the whisper or even know that there was one there. But a medium or a psychic can walk away from all the noise that other people are experiencing, and then they can hear the subtleties of what's going on. Does that make more sense? I want it to make sense because I don't want it to be something that it's not this enigma mystery thing that it's just been so sensationalized. I want to de-sensationalize it because everybody has the gift, everybody has it, and they've just turned it into something it's not. Hi, Martina. Okay, Rada, so it makes a little more sense. It's okay. It's all right. I'll think of another way to describe it. In my class that I teach on the intuitive abilities, I can describe it a lot better. But I don't have my stuff with me right now, so I can't go from that right now. But yeah, so that's just kind of it with psychic ability, with intuitive ability. That's kind of where we're at. How are you doing, Martina? How's your week been so far? Well, so. That's not too bad. So, Martina, do you have a question you'd want to ask? Because I do. I think a lot of people are, Frederica. It's a lot easier. Like when I'm texting, yeah, it's a lot easier. Well, we could do a grounding exercise. Or if you want, you can pay $5 and I can look into what's going on. And then we can do a grounding exercise. Either one of those I'm okay with. Little more okay with the money one, but I think we can do a grounding exercise too. Might be a good idea, especially after the full moon energy. Coming back, coming back is kind of the hard part. But let's see what we got here. Yeah, it has. It's been a chaotic week for sure. It's even I feel like even without the full moon was the topper on the cake, so to speak. But even without the full moon, it's been interesting. Let's put it that way. But grounding exercises are kind of the same thing we were doing when we were doing energy work, right? So with grounding, let's see. So the full moon was it the 28th? I think it was the 28th. Not for sure, but or somewhere around that time. Meditating is good, but doing grounding exercises is good too. If it's not too cold, walking with your bare feet in the sand or on earth is good. Or doing some qigong exercises is also really good to ground ourselves. If we're taking in too much of the ethereal energy, that light energy, it can kind of throw us off balance. But we ground ourselves, and there's a couple exercises that we could do, but most of it is qi like with Qigong, you have the breathing and you have the arm work, right, where you do this. There you go. That could work too. Anything that, right. And I remember you said you were Libra. Yeah, I remember that. So it was on the 28th. Anything that brings us into the moment, like really in the moment, like she said, wet ground, that helps too. Yeah, it can. It can. I've said on the channel before, an empath is like a sponge, okay? And a sponge doesn't know whether it's sucking up dirty or clean water. It'll just suck it up, right? And so if that sponge is dumped into some dirty water, that sponge is dirty, right? So that's something that can be worked on and maintained, where we kind of set a boundary, an empathic boundary, and we can do that. But it's difficult. It really is difficult sometimes, especially around the full moon, because it's kind of like our senses just leave us for a while. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like things just change for a while. We go temporarily insane, and then we come back, and we're like, "Oh yeah, okay, now I remember. I remember who I am now. I'm not. I wasn't that." Yeah. So, anyone else here? I'll do this real quick. So you guys can take a look at that if you want to. That's just the link that I have for my website and my psychic development part of the website, psychic and intuitive development. And then eventually we would learn mediumship, but it's going to take, and we could focus on that too in the class. Absolutely. Grounding is good. Generally, it's going to be a lot of whatever brings us into the present moment the most. Can be very grounding. So smells can be very grounding. Feeling something can be very grounding. Your feet in the ground, again, that's grounding in a very literal sense. But anything that gives us the here and now, where we're focusing on something like, touching a card or doing something with our hands, or anything that does that helps us to ground. Anything that brings us into the present moment, focusing on our breath, helps us to ground as well. Yeah, and feelings. That's it. Um, Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it takes practice, but we can eventually learn what triggers our grounding and what doesn't. Um, some people say to eat a heavy meal and they feel grounded, and that does help some people. But for other people, they'd be better doing barefoot in the garden, or trying to ground themselves in some way that way. But then if it gets too cold, we can do meditation, we can do breath work, we can do something where we're in the moment and we're allowing ourselves to expand that moment. There you go. Yeah. If you let go and soak up the energy, that's perfect. That's good too. Anything like that is good. But when we're focusing on grounding, like I said, present moment is the best thing we can do. Because generally we get really up high in the clouds because I feel like we're trying to, in psychic ability, right? We get far up in the clouds so that we can read information. But a lot of the times I feel like it happens so that it's like a form of escapism a little bit. like we're trying to get out of this reality to go up a little bit higher, so to speak. And sometimes I think to ground ourselves back in this reality, we need to just focus on the senses: hearing, seeing, touching, tasting, um, you know. And there's different skills and different things that can develop from grounding and from, you know. But nature definitely has an effect. Absolutely, it has an effect on us. I know I need to go out more and be more in nature for sure. Oh, okay. Well, you guys, and that's good. That's trees, mountains, anything like that. But trees are definitely little happiness makers for sure, I think. Um, I think I'm going to call it good on this stream here. And if you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. And next time I go live, we can jump right into it. So Monday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, you guys can tune in and watch. And I'll be about 3 hours each time I go live, about 3 hours. So I hope you guys have an awesome evening and take care. And I'll leave it open for a little bit so we can say our goodbyes and do all that. And I can start putting my stuff away here. So I'm just going to move my stuff over. But I enjoyed having you guys on the chat and being able to help you. Hopefully it was helpful. Because I couldn't do this without you guys, you know? Good night, guys. And thanks again for watching. And I will definitely talk to you guys on Monday. Okay? Tune in on Monday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I will see you then.